Good morning, welcome to a morning outlook. This is Kim speaking on Monday the 13th of March. So looking at the euro dollar first, and well, we've already broken Friday's highs here, pulling back at the moment. There's some divergence running on through the 4-hourly pattern at the moment, and there's weekly and I believe daily pivots yet to be touched below. So there we go, both yet to be touched. Now, even the hourly can show the divergence between those recent highs. So there is the potential for this to roll over, whether it just rolls back to the 60-21s and that's as far as it runs for the day so far, or whether we see a more continuous move down towards the daily and weekly pivots, which are both below. We'll see. There is that, as I say, risk that it'll do that. It'll be interesting to see how it reacts to 60-21s have been hit already on Friday. So another test of that, more likely to start breaking through it anyway. So bearish engulfing sort of bar on its being built at the moment on this hourly. So it does look a tad weak where we're sitting. It doesn't mean to say if we see that sort of any retracement like that, we won't see a continuation at some point of this upside move. And I am, having seen the break of the trend last week, I am erring on the bullish side on the euro. Cable. Oops. Back to there. Here we are. Cable has already pulled back up this morning. Made a bit of a recovery, having Friday done very little indeed. It looks very weak last week at the end of the week there. But it has pushed up, broken through already through the weekly pivot, and at the moment looking relatively bullish. However, it has run into the daily 8. It's 4-hourly 50 zone. It's already into the daily R3, so it'll be interesting to see how it can hold on to this, if it can hold on to its gains. If we see the euro popping over as well, maybe we'll see some sort of retracement backing up on cable here. At the moment, it's ticked all the boxes of the daily R1, daily pivot, daily R1. Weekly pivot, there's little to be going for at the moment there. Could well be the change of a trend though, starting there. So looking at the dollar yen then, Friday we ended up with shooting star, already back to the weekly pivot this morning at the moment. It's got plenty of potential for the downside. Last week it started moving towards sort of a bit more overbought, and well, at the moment though, we've got the daily pivot above us. It may just want to come back towards that. Any touch or break of that may see it continue pushing upwards, so got to be a bit careful here. Again, this bullish looking candle relative to the previous candle now, I don't know, that's just a weird, let's just check, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, that's fine. Very odd price action we've seen with both euro and the yen in that respect, but it does look like it, well, maybe back on for the 60-21s at least, maybe the daily pivot. I've possibly looked to be selling into those later. I'll just need to watch how the market reacts, how the price reacts to either of those, but it may be opportunities to sell in. Aussie dollar, another one that's seen a gain this morning. Did better than obviously cable was the weak one on Friday. This is putting a daily pivot swing in, just like what we've seen on the euro. It's just looking a bit sort of stretched where we are at the moment with these moves through the Asian session. Already done the weekly pivot, but again we've got the daily pivot below us, already into its daily R2, which quite an extension to where you'd expect it to be running at this time of the morning. However, we may see a bit more of a retracement here. Now, it may just come back to 60-21s again. If we're looking to play in these changes against the US dollar effectively, just need to see the reactions that happens when it gets back to the 60-21 and maybe the daily pivot. Finally, the Canadian dollar. Well, the Canadian dollar took a bit of a hammering in terms of oil prices late last week, but that seems to have changed come Friday. Disappointment on the earnings numbers within the FOMC, sorry, non-farms rather. Um, stalled it somewhat, running into its monthly R2 there. At the moment, it looks like it may want to push back towards that sort of zone. It's just look at what's happening with oil here, and oil's sort of kicking off again, and it's already through its monthly into its monthly S3. So whether or not it'll find some support here, whether it will pull back towards the weekly pivots. If it does, well, that gives the Canadian dollar a bit more of a chance. But at the moment, the way this is shaping up, it looks like it might just be in a bit of a sort of a flag pattern. I've said most of last week that the Canadian dollar's been pretty much overbought. Now, if it can do something, give us a bit more of a signal, maybe breaking through at daily 8, I could be looking for a bit more of a sustained downward price action. Okay, news-wise today, the only key bit of news that's coming out is ECB President Draghi speaking at 1:30. Always could create volatility, but not expecting anything too major because he spoke last week. It's a joint conference. He's putting the opening remarks to Central Bank and the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. There we go. So I wouldn't expect anything too much from that, but you never know. So have a great one. Bye for now.